Hi everyone, my name is Angie, and although I've been podcasting for more than 3 years now, I've only started to take it more seriously 2 months ago, and I've been on YouTube consistently for the past 8-9 weeks. So here are 7 things I'd like to share with you as someone that's pretty new to growing on YouTube with less than 200 subscribers. I'm hoping that by the time you watch this, I will have 200. So let's get into it. I saw him first. Number 1, expect to be obsessed with YouTube. If you're anything like me, or if you're particularly interested in YouTube and growing on YouTube, if you're not starting this just to pass time, if you're not starting this just because everyone else is doing it, if you're really genuinely trying to grow, and if you're like me with the obsessive, personality, then you're going to go a little bit crazy in a good way. I talked about how YouTube changed my life, in quote, in a video up here. I talked about how I wake up in the middle of the night sometimes just like thinking about an idea, and I think to myself, who woke me up? Like, who actually woke me up from my sleep? Because I'm scripting videos as soon as I wake up. I think of an idea and I literally just wake up and I think, who just woke me up? So prepared to just experience things like that. Like, you're going to be looking at analytics a lot. You're going to try and figure out what your audience is like. What are they, when are they clicking off? When do you have spikes in your analytics? You're going to be looking at comments. You're going to be looking at likes. You're going to be looking at a lot of these things. So if you're someone that doesn't particularly like any of that, if you are scared of perhaps getting some hate comments, because there are some videos I've done that people have not been very nice in the comments, but I don't really care, because at the end of the day, I always speak my truth, and there's nothing that I say that I don't back myself in, unless it's a particularly old video. Then we might have to revisit that, because I change my mind all the time. So that's one thing I should definitely warn you about. You're going to get obsessed with it. You're going to get really engulfed in it, but that's a good thing. It means you have passion. That's a good thing. If you're not passionate about it, you're going to burn out very quickly. If you're not passionate about it, you're going to give up very quickly. So one thing that you need to know if you're going to be a passionate YouTuber is that it might just take up a lot of your mind. It might just take up a lot of your head space. You're going to be thinking about YouTube a lot, like almost 24/7. Except when you're sleeping. And when you're sleeping, you actually wake up thinking about YouTube. So there you go. All right. Number 2, when you launch your channel, make sure that you're launching with more than one video. I recommend recording 3 videos and launching 2 of them in the first week. Launch on day 1 and another one on day 3. I say this because if someone likes the first video and they go and click on, your channel, your videos, you kind of want to keep them on your channel for that little bit longer. You want them to kind of get a sense of who you are, to kind of get a theme for what your channel is going to be about. So launch with 1 video, of course. Don't just put 2 at the same time, unless of course you want to, but upload 1 video on day 1, and then on day 3 or 4 you can upload the second one. But I really recommend in your first week to have 2 videos, at least 2 videos lined up. I say 3 so that there's at least 1 more lined up for the next week, because one of the toughest things on YouTube is being consistent, especially if you have a full-time job, or you're working, full-time job, you're working, or you're studying, or you're doing something that just takes up most of your time. If you're not doing YouTube full-time, if you haven't quit your job for YouTube, you have something else that just occupies your time, and you might find it difficult to juggle both. So I really recommend trying to record in advance. I'm still trying to teach myself this, trying to record videos in advance, at least 1 week in advance, so that the week when you're just like, too tired or too stressed, or you just have things going on, you're being social, you don't have time to record, you have a backup video ready to go. Number 3, I recommend having at least 2 titles and 2 thumbnails for each video that you make. This is something that was popularized by Mr. Beast, and he always says something really important. He's like, try and make your video the best possible video ever. That is one of the biggest from Mr. Beast, one of the most important comments that I've heard him say, or advice that I've heard him give, that it just keeps kind of sticking in my head. Try and make your video the best possible video ever. And part of doing that is improving on one thing each time. He said that if you make 100 videos, try and do something differently or better each video, and then speak to him about not growing or something like that. So his theory is that if you just do it consistently enough 100 times or for 100 videos, and you try and improve something each time, and do something better each time, or do something different each time, then you're bound to see some level of success. And that's something I'm holding on to, and that's something that I recommend with the title and thumbnail. Try and just like improve your thumbnail and just have a backup thumbnail for the A/B testing thing, so that you can give it some time, like an hour or two. I tend to give it like 2 hours, and if the video isn't really picking up, then I switch the thumbnail or I switch the title. And I'm just trying to optimize every single time. I'm thinking in my head, what is this video? What is this title telling me about the video? What's the thumbnail saying about the video? And sometimes when you sometimes the thumbnail number 2 makes more sense with title number 1. So you get what I'm trying to say. Sometimes you have 2 thumbnails, 2 titles, right? 2 thumbnails, 2 titles. You've taken thumbnail A and title A, you've paired them together. But sometimes thumbnail B and title A make more sense. You get what I mean? I hope you get what I mean. So that's my advice number 3. Number 4, I know a lot of people say to grow on YouTube, you should pick a niche. But when you're starting out, I don't recommend thinking too much about niches. Rather, I want you to think about the audience. Think about what the audience is getting from your video. This is something that I learned a little bit too late. I made a lot of content just because it was fun, just because I wanted to talk about it. Of course, do that. But also think about the value that the viewer is getting from clicking on your video. Because if they don't think they're getting any value, they're going to click off of it. So don't think too much about the niche. Think about the audience. Think about, okay, who is going to watch this? What are they like? And what do they want to see? What are they going to get from this? What value am I adding by this video being on YouTube? Because there's billions of videos on YouTube, right? So what is the incentive that I'm giving the viewer from clicking on this video? And that leads me nicely on to number 5. Actually make things that you are passionate about, or at least things that you know a lot about, things that you're knowledgeable on. You don't particularly have to be that crazy passionate about it, but you know a lot about it. Maybe something that just comes really easily to you, something that you can just go on and on and on and on and talk about. That's why my podcast started off being a dating and relationship podcast, because I can talk for life. I can go on and on talking about dating and relationships, and I find it fun. But as time went on, I started to sort of evolve, I would like to call it. And because I just became more interested in other things. I'm a biomedical science graduate, and I realized that the passion for research and neuroscience has not particularly left yet, even though I don't do science anymore. I work at a bank now, and I still feel that itch to just get a bit of science into my lifestyle. And I don't want to do a PhD. That's not the plan right now. So this is my avenue. This is my channel. This is the way that I sort of scratch that itch and get a little bit more of that knowledge in, when I need it. So when I make videos about neuroscience and psychology, I'm teaching myself as well. Refreshing my knowledge. I'm, adding more to my knowledge. So I actually enjoy learning. And for me, that's one thing that makes making the video less tiring, because when you're scripting videos, when you're preparing for a video, when you're trying to think of a topic, when you're researching, that's the word. The word just like flew off my head. When you're researching for a video, you can be bored if it's not something you're particularly interested in. And how are you going to keep it up? Because if that video blows up, you might have to keep making it. If that's what the audience wants to see, you're going to now be stuck making videos you don't care about. So you don't want that. Of course, if it's a trend, you can jump on a one-off trend. I don't really see a problem with that, to be honest. You can of course jump on a one-off trend, but no, not consistently. You don't want to consistently do videos because every YouTuber is doing the videos. Just like where everyone's quitting. Everyone's quitting YouTube right now, and it's just like, I bet you're not. I bet you're just taking a break. So of course jump on trends once in a while. I did jump on the How YouTube Changed My Life one, and I felt like I did something a little bit different with that, because rather than saying, oh, YouTube made me more confident and YouTube made me less shy, YouTube made me money, because it hasn't, I just focused on how YouTube is just impacted my daily life, which is what I mentioned earlier, how I've become so engulfed in it and how I just really just think about YouTube a lot. Point number 6, if you're lucky enough, you're going to get likes and comments on your videos. So I really want you to engage with the comments, the positive ones. You know what? You can engage with the negative ones too. Who cares? Engage with the negative ones, but be sure not to leave anything like, derogatory or something particularly mean or racist, or, you know what I mean? You don't want to leave anything that could be considered hate or bullying, but it's fine to engage. It really helps the algorithm as well. I think it helps your video. So when people comment, don't be shy. Like, of course, course respond to them. And you can click on their channel. If they make videos that you enjoy, try and, reciprocate, but don't do the follow for follow, like, subscribe thing. I really stopped posting my podcast on Reddit because a lot of the people there just love the old, like my videos, I like yours, comment on mine. I want genuine engagement. I want people to watch my videos and comment because they actually enjoyed it and got something from it. So don't fall into that trap of follow for follow, subscribe for subscribe. No, but do engage when people that like your videos, comment and share and like and all those stuff, because it just helps you feel like you do have a community of people that enjoy your content. My last tip for you guys is going to be about growth, and that's using YouTube Short. A lot of people have talked about how Shorts is kind of copying TikTok and all of that and Instagram Reels, but I've seen some growth with using YouTube Shorts. So it's not that hard. Just clip some of your long form videos and upload it as a YouTube Short, and I do get some subscribers from there as well. I get some likes and comments from there, and it's just another way to boost your visibility on YouTube. And honestly, I've seen a reasonable amount of growth from using Shorts, and you can also repurpose that short for a TikTok and Instagram Reel. That's what I do. There's also AI app that help you automatically clip your videos. The one I use is called Opus Clips. I think you get a free trial for like 5 days, and then you can either choose to pay or it just reverts to the one with the watermark. But one way that I've kind of gone around it is just use a different account again. And I don't really mind the watermark. I've used it with watermark as well, but it's not very pretty when it's there. So something I've just tried to do to go around it is use a different email account and get another free trial. Shh, don't tell anyone I said that. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you think you would enjoy my content, have a look at my page. I make videos about, well-being, psychology, content like neuroscience and how to be happier. Does money make you happy? Hypergamy and how women want high-value men. Things like that. Feminism and the rise of casual sex and what it's doing to relationships. I also make relationship-related content like dating advice, some Reddit videos. So explore. Feel free to explore my channel and let me know what you like about it. Also, I would love it if you actually subscribed. Okay, thank you. Bye.